I can start by deleting my database so I can show you. So much stuff. Okay, so we'll start, for those who haven't done it yet, we'll start by creating a database to insert all the data that we have on Github. And that's this icon to create a new schema. In this context, schema database is all the same. So if you haven't done it, just name it HYF or something. And then there's this default collation thing. This is about what kind of characters your database will support. So, okay, I don't know exactly the differences between them all, but like for instance, if you want to write also in Arabic or Cyrillic or whatever, some character sets will not support that. So just get like squares instead of proper words, and you don't want that. Also, like UTF-8 supports like Cyrillic and Arabic and all the languages, as far as I know. But for instance, it does not support emojis like smiles or stuff like that. That's why I've been telling some of you to choose UTF-8 MB4, and I'm just choosing this Unicode one. Yeah. So like, I think Martin knows a few more things than me about the character sets.
Yeah, so it's the way that data, if you store text in a database. So I don't know if you know anything about character sets. So a long time ago when computers were made, like a long time ago, they had something called the ASCII character set, which is just A to Z and 0 to 9 and space and dash and all that stuff. But like Danish letters were not there, like A, U, and O, and like German weird letters and stuff was not there. So something called UTF-8 was made, which is supposed to be able to contain all different types of languages and characters and everything. But MySQL server has this weird thing where they created two different types of UTF-8. So as she said, the UTF-8 MB4 can contain everything. Emojis and smileys and Arabic and Turkish and Japanese, Chinese, whatever you can find. You can, yeah, Danish as well. Anything you can find in like you can copy and paste text and save it in one of those databases or write it. But if you use UTF-8 without the MB4 in it, it's going to fail if you try to insert emojis, for example. That's just a weird thing with MySQL. So just always use UTF-8 MB4, and that's yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Okay, so yeah, let's choose that and apply, and just click apply again and close. And your database was created, and you can see the databases you have like here. And we double click on our HIF database. Like if it's bold, then it's the one we are using, and that's important. That because when you do your queries to get information from the database, if you have the wrong one selected, you get nothing or errors or just stuff that makes no sense. So just make sure you are selecting the right one. And okay, now I'll get all the data that's on the GitHub. So I'm just copying what was on that file. Let me show you. I'm just copying what's on this file, this Python data SQL, and I'll just paste it in one of these query files. So to create a new one, if I want to create a new one, I'll just go create a new SQL tab for executing queries. And I can also just paste it here. And if you notice, there's in the first line this set names UTF-8 and MB4. It has again to do with the character sets. And so the thing is that there are some smileys on the data here in this script. And last time that we were working with this database, it was work fine in the console, but not on the workbench, and it turned out to be something to do with the default character set. So now we just put that first line. That's just why that's there, because then we are sure it works. It's a bit of a hack. Yeah, and just execute everything. now I should have all of it in my database. So let me just. I cannot see the tables.
You right click and refresh.
Oh, that was right. Thanks. So refresh all, and now if I check the tables, I have stuff there. And to do queries, let me just create a file like queries SQL. So I can start by showing all the tables like I was doing before on the. Yes.
I tried to, as you said.
No database selected.
What?
No database selected. That's the error. Yeah? Okay, can you run it again? No, like okay, it depends on the run. But if you just click the normal setting, it runs everything in the script. Okay.
You can write use the database name in the top. File.
Yeah, this one. So you can just copy the whole file. Yeah.
I just selected another
Highlight.
database but like you need to make sure that HIF, that the database you want to use is showing up in.
Yeah, select. Yeah,
That means it's selected.
The press on table and then
Yeah, and now you select it.
You created another file again.
Sorry, say again?
You created a new file.
Yeah. I'm just going to be doing some queries to get data from the database.
So I get my default is coding one. Is that what you did?
I'll just give it a random name and save the file. You might want to do the same to save it for another.
Yes, you can click on the triangle.
How do you do that, please?
Creating a new file for queries?
Yeah.
It just is. Where does you look at? It's this one.
Okay.
And then you just save the file.
Mine just named it automatically.
Oh, it will give you.
Yeah, it's just automatically, right?
Yeah, but now if you want to save it,
Yes.
so like, you go over there.
Yeah, so you can see how the database looks.
When I click here. Okay.
Yeah. You want to save that? Yeah.
Oh,
And now if you give it a name, that's what will show up.
okay. Thanks.
And that's all right.
Yeah, we got the tables
Okay.
created.
Awesome. So now I can just create a new script file over there. So that, because I'm going to ask some queries. So yeah, another way to see the tables, and that's what you do in command line. That's just like show tables, and it will so much stuff. And there you go. We have all the tables in my HIF database. And I think it's time for you to start typing queries. So let's start simple. Just how would you get all the users in the user table?
In where?
Yeah.
All the user in which one?
Yeah, in the user table.
Select user from select ID, user ID.
Okay, user ID like this.
No, it depends how you include it.
No, she said everything.
Everything or
Select the
All the users basically.
oh, there's a star. You need to do star user
Okay, and now user?
from user.
From user?
Yep.
Yeah, so there you go. We have everything there.
My star.
Your star doesn't work.
It's not working. Don't know why. don't know why. Try maybe.
So,
Because it's shift.
press enter.
Okay.
No. Well,
United Kingdom.
I don't know what the manual
You
is.
were pressing
Let's
control
try
instead of
this
shift.
lighting with the. Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. That's the you can just make this one. Yeah.
Okay, so.
I am not. Sorry, I'm not getting any.
Really?
But I need something. I'm not getting any response.
So you need to execute it. So if you select this line,
Yeah.
there, just run that line.
Okay.
So if you have like two lines with one query each, versus like this. And you only want to execute one of the lines, you can just use this thunder instead of the other one. That makes sense? So if I just do this, I see all the tasks, but I'm not seeing all the users. Or if I go to the first line, I see all the users, but I don't see all the tasks because I'm only running one of the lines, the one that is selected. So how would you get all the users' emails?
Never mind us, by the way. We'll be gone in a couple of minutes.
Email.
Yeah.
Email.
Yeah. Select email.
User.
User? And yeah, of course. What else is simple enough? What if I want to get the email just for this Alvin Pollack user?
Which one?
Alvin Pollack, sorry. So there's this user with the name Alvin Pollack,
Okay.
and I want to get his email. How would I do that?
Select email from user where name equals
Okay, you guys learn fast. Let's see if it works. Yes, of course. That's great.
Yeah, smart students.
What if there's duplicate names? No.
But what do you think would happen if there's duplicate names?
we will get 2 emails.
Yeah.
Just before you go ahead, you are using double quotes. Can you use single quotes also?
Let's see.
Yes.
I think yes.
Yes.
Can we comment line?
Sorry, say it.
Can we comment out? Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that?
Dash space
Dash dash.
space.
Oh, yeah, I guess. What if you want to select the email from this Aubrey Pollard, but you only know the last name, so you only know Pollard?
Yes.
How do you get his email?
You wrote Aubrey or 3. No. Delete this one also. No, name. Where name? Like. First 3 digits from the name.
What if I don't know, I don't know his first name at all?
The last name. You know the
Polak.
Okay, so I just do Like this.
And the recent
Where?
at the end of the inside, yeah.
Here?
No.
Yeah.
The first.
First?
No.
And not in the end or also in the end?
I think in the end.
Yeah?
Yes.
And what does the percent mean, by the way?
That give me any string contains this or any name contains this string.
Yeah, so basically anything can come before polite and anything can come after polite.
Yeah.
So in this case, because like the name ends with polite, you don't need the last one. But it can be there, it should work anyways. So yeah, we'll get the same result. So if you, the thing here is, if you don't know the exact string that you're looking for, you just use the like instead of the equal sign, and you use the percent before and after, or before or after the part of the string that you know. Does it make sense for everyone?
Yeah.
Going to do the counts.
Yeah, sure. I'll just take over the thing then. Oh. Cast.
Okay, so by now
I think you have to stop casting first.
Oh,
otherwise
sorry. You probably already understood like what's the basic structure of a query is. Like it's always select the fields you want to select from the tables you want to select, and the where is the conditions that should be met.
Yeah. I'm gonna use this because it's easier to have a big screen thing, but it's basically the same thing. What's its status? So it just shows it in a console instead. It's just a bit easier to see on the screen than the workbench. So yeah, let's go through the. I think there was the basic select and the like stuff. So yeah, you could combine stuff in the select query as well. So we want all the usernames, like the one we just had. What was it? We want all the users that starts with an A, for example, right? Then we get these two. Let's say maybe something that's where we have a bit more. Do I have anyone? No. Don't have anything that starts with. Actually, we can do something else with like. Does anyone know what the underscore thing means? So if I do this, what am I gonna get? Anyone guess or no?
Names that equals potential.
In what space? In what position?
The last.
The second. So this just means any character. The underscore just means any character once. So it could be, any name that has A as the second character, which of course we don't have any. That's amazing. Do we have any users that?
With the second.
Sorry. Yeah, I need this actually. So this means any character first. It doesn't matter what it is. It's A or P or M or P, whatever.
Is it case sensitive or?
I don't think like is case sensitive. No, we can try it. Let's. Let's see. No, it isn't. So this just means any character first, and then an A, and then whatever at the end. It doesn't matter. So I only found out about this underscore thing the other day because I've never used it, but it's there if you want to use it for something. So you can combine stuff as well. So this part of the query, after the where part, is so if you have more than one condition you want to set on the user. So what could you Anyone know what to do if I want to say I wanted these users and I want let's say I want to add a condition to this query. So I want to know the name of these users that start with an A, and I want to know the let's say I also want them their email address to end in a, let's say. So I wanted only the email addresses that end in .com, for example. I only want the users that have an email address that end in .com as well. So what do I do here? Anyone know?
And email like percent .com.
Like this?
And percent
At the end?
yeah.
No. I didn't add them. Oh, just at the end.
So actually this percent at the end also matches nothing. So you can have it or not, it's going to give you the same result. So this part of the query were named like, so you can add as many conditions as you want.
Can we add another condition for name, where we can like the last name should be
Yeah, you can do that. Oh, what did I just do? So you can add as many and or.
But, I mean, in the name, because we already use the name like.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you can. In the same thing is if you want the name to end on a.
No, I just want to keep this one and use another condition for name.
How do you mean?
Like name is start the second type A.
Hmm.
And can we add another condition for the last name?
Yeah, but the last name is in the same column.
Yeah.
So
We can.
yeah, you can. But what do you want to find out? So you want the.
Like if I need to show up the first one.
Yeah. So the last.
The last name ends with E.
Yeah. So basically, what you could do is add it here, right? Because this percentage thing just means anything for how many characters you want.
Oh, okay.
And then this says it has to end with an E or an N or whatever you want it to end with. Yeah. And you can add as many conditions as you want, and they can all be, I guess you've had Boolean logic in JavaScript? Like, A or B or C and X and all that stuff, yeah. Okay, so you can do the same here with all the conditions. So all the individual conditions you can use, and you can mix and match. You can say and, or, and there's also some more advanced stuff. If it's a date field, you can say date between A and B and all that stuff.
Can we just keep it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Are you recording, please?
Yeah, I'm recording this. Yeah. Let me just check if I am. Yeah, I am. I am. It is recording. Good. Cool. Okay. So what's the next thing on the list? So we had count, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can do something else as well in the first part of the query here. So when you select stuff, you can use what's called aggregate functions, which they aggregate the results down to one line basically. So what's the simplest example is I want to count all the rows I have in the table. So I want to see how many tasks do I have. From task. I need it from. So we can see we have 35 tasks. And what this does is you can also just say the ID here as well. So it counts all the elements that have some value that is not null. So if we say
try counting user ID from that.
Okay, so like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for it works. So in this case it works fine, but I think if you guys run the same query, I think you'll get like 33. You can try. because I basically
You added some tasks. Okay.
I required it to it doesn't need to
I
be not
could-
null now.
I could do it from select count from user. So see, if I count on the ID column in the user table, I get 11, sorry. But if I count on the phone column, usually I get 10. Because if you see, there is one user, Donald Duck here, doesn't have a phone number here. So it only counts the values that are not null.
But can we add a condition that counts null also?
I don't think so. No, you have to count like on a column that is not null, or you just the laziest version is just count star. That's it. But usually I would count the primary key, the ID table to count how many you have. And so this is there's also other function. There is min, there's max, there's also average, I think. So this one, anyone guess what it does?
Minimum of ID.
Yeah. So it shows you the first ID. So this is not really useful for the ID. It can be useful for if you have like a salary or money owed in a bank or something like that. You want to know who has most of our money or whatever. Yeah. You can also use it. I think you can use it on name as well. It's just going to take the alphabetical ordering. So the min is probably going to be someone who starts with an A or something like that. Yeah. So it's alphabetical ordering if you do it on a string. So just min and max. And average is going to do the average for an ID. For if you had, let's say you had a bank and you had a lot of bank accounts, you would say what's the average money people have in their bank accounts. You could do that, for example. For ID, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but no, you could do it. I don't know what's going to happen if we do it on name, actually. Maybe it's going to blow up. Let's try it. No, nothing. Yeah, I'm guessing it doesn't make sense on a string to take the average of
I think minimum and maximum and average just work as number.
Yeah. Yeah, but minimum and maximum works on strings as well because it does alphabetical sorting.
But average works with submission.
Yeah, I don't think you can add two names together and divide them. That
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense to me, at least. Yeah. So and you can also you can do this on. Let's try it on the task table. I don't know if you've seen me use this command. All it does is it shows you the table, all the different columns in the table. It's just nice if you forgot what columns are there. You can use this one. So let's say we want to count how many tasks each user have. So this is just going to select all 35. So if we wanted to find out how many tasks each user has, you can add something called the group by, which means you group the result by whatever you tell it to group it by. So yeah. So this is going to show you how many tasks each user has assigned. Now this is not very useful because we only see the count and we don't see the actual user ID. So you'd have to select the user ID field as well. So then you can see user ID 10 has 2 tasks, user ID 9 has 5, all that stuff. So you can use the aggregate functions on that. You can also use the other ones. You can say min, max, all that stuff. But yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense in this context. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense as well. Some. So let's say you can do sum as well, which. Let's do the ID. We don't have a money column or something like that, but let's just do it on ID. That's just going to add all the numbers together. and give you a sum of whatever that is. You can use it if you want. Like if you have a database of clients that have some sort of balance of the money in the database or something like that, and you say, well, what is the total balance of the entire table? We just do sum, and you can group this as well. So you can do the same thing as we did before. It just sums it up. It aggregates it on the user ID. Then we have these two limiting results, and you can't see that. Let's see. Maybe you can see it. So limiting and ordering results. So let's say we're selecting something from task. Oh, this is a bit hard to see. The user instead. That's a bit easier. Here we go. So you're selecting everything from user. Let's say you have a web front end where you want to show all the users, but instead of 11 users, you have like 2 million users. So you don't want to fetch 2 million users and show it to the end user, because that's just it's gonna be heavy operation, and most likely on the front end you're gonna do some pagination stuff where you say page 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you can do here is you say limit x point y, or the first number is the offset, so where should it start, and the second one is how many items do you want to fetch. So let's say we do 3. So this just selects you the first 3 items as they were inserted in the database. You can also say, well, I actually want to order them based on the alphabetical value of the name. So you say name, and then ASC means ascending. So you're going to get, oh, we have an error.
Maybe ascend.
I think I need this over here. Yeah, so it's the order matters. So this is going to show you the first alphabetical users, the first 3 alphabetical users.
But it's ordered the old table, not the 3 we got.
It's what, sorry?
We got in the first table already brain and that one, right?
Yeah.
The second one is ordered the original table.
So you mean this one, or? Yeah, this is ordered, but if you don't specify anything, as far as I know, it just orders them by the order they were inserted in.
Oh.
And this one, because I specify you have to order them by name, it orders them alphabetically by the name of the person. So you can also say, well, I want the I want to skip the first one. So here we're probably going to get this one as the first element. Let's hope we do. Yeah. So then you get the next ones. So you skip the first one because we said that we want to start at number 1 instead of number 0. So let's just order by and limit. Let's try some queries. Can we figure out some fun stuff we want to find out? Could you find the if we wanted to get, let's find it here. If we wanted to get the what do we have? The most recent updated task for the task table. So we wanted to get the most recent one, the newest one. What will we do?
Check from dates. Or
Which one? I think there's 3 different dates here. So there's created, updated, and due date, right?
update.
Okay. So what would you do for the query? How would you add it?
Select.
We just want all the rows, all the columns.
All from task.
From what? Sorry.
All from task.
Updated. Where?
Where?
Where the table now is updated.
Updated.
I see the
Where updated is what?
Now.
Yeah, but you want the newest one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where max updated?
So you could select, let's say, max updated. So like this.
Yeah.
So, but that only gives us the actual time and date of when it was updated. What if we want all the columns instead?
So select star.
Max updated task.
Where updated equal max updated.
So like this.
That.
You can't do that here because it doesn't actually know what you mean. You can only use the aggregate function over here when you select stuff. You can do something else instead. I'm guessing we want to use ordering and limiting.
Set up order by.
So what are you saying?
Descending order.
So descending order?
Yeah.
So task order by,
Last one.
and then descending, right?
Yeah.
This is going to be a long result, I think. Let's just zoom out a little bit so we can see something. So what if we only wanted the first row?
01.
Like this? That makes sense, right? Someone has to iron some shirts. Let's see if it fits along with the max timestamp we had before. Yeah, it's the same, right? So yeah. Perfect. What if we wanted to find the most recently updated task for each user ID? Oh, sorry. We want the timestamp or the actual date and time, like here, of the most recently updated task for each user.
So select max updated, comma user ID.
So comma here.
Yeah, user ID. No.
We only want the newest timestamp, or the timestamp of the newest task for each user. That's what we're looking for. So if you have a task that was updated yesterday, we want the number, and you have one that was updated this morning, we want that timestamp as well, and the user ID as well.
Can we just try this one?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Where? What? Where?
Date.
Yeah, but we can do that. Let's say so where updated equals
Date.
today's date, or
Yeah.
okay, let's try. What day do we have today? So we can't when we're using the aggregate functions over here, we have to use on the other side. We have to use group by, which is a hint. So what we want in group
by user ID.
like this. Okay. Perfect. So now we have the most recently updated timestamp for each user, which is they're a bit behind on their tasks, but these were made last year. Yeah, I think. and stuff?
Yeah.
Do you want to do this because this is one that's recording?
Let me then do you have Slack open?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'll just open this and.
Wow, it actually shows you decent code. Okay, so until now we were just working with one table at a time, but of course, like in reality, usually you want to like put together two tables at least. For instance, if you wanted to know the names of the users that were responsible for the tasks, you have to put the two tables together, because otherwise you only know the ID of the user that is responsible for a task. So, and you do this with the join statement. So there's different types of joins. In general, you only use, most situations you use the inner join, and if you just type join, that's the one that's by default. But I'll still show you at least the ones I know, what you get with each of them. So like with the inner join, which is like the default one, you have the two tables. So I'm just showing you examples for the user table and task table. And if I do this query like select user.name, task.title from user inner join task on user.id equals task.userid, I will get this, which is basically all the usernames that have a task assigned to them on the task table. So it's basically you have the two tables and I get the intersection of them. And the syntax in the select query is a bit different from what we were using until now, and like the main difference is like we have the user.name and task.title. It's like we want a name column in the user table and we want the title column in the task table. And the reason we are specifying this explicitly is like, imagine you have name and the name column in both the task and the user tables. Like, I'm not really sure what would happen, but my guess is that it will not be what you expect to happen. So, we just specify explicitly like table name dot column name that we want, and then after the from part you just have the tables that you want to join, and you have the condition how you want to join. Because if you don't, where is the terminal? I'll tell. Where is the terminal?
Here's the one?
One terminal for MySQL.
Ah,
just to show them.
this one and this one.
So if I don't say the condition and just what was it? User.name, task.title from user inner join task. Let's see what happens. Can you, by the last result, can you kind of guess what happened there?
No, not
Like, you have basically all the usernames,
and then task.
and after that you have the same task. So for each task you have all the usernames showing up. Like, I'm not sure when this is useful, but
Is it the username times the task?
yeah, it should be something like that. Like, so the so-called Cartesian product.
Yeah.
I think so. If you
See the number of rows at the bottom?
385. So I guess that's probably 35 times 11 works. Yeah. So yeah, usually give it a condition. Like usually you want like to join them on the columns that are common to both tables. So in this case, like the users have the IT column and the tasks have the user IT column, and those are supposed to be like to refer to each other. So you just say on user ID dot ID equals task dot user ID. And this way you get, like for instance, Pablo Kisby is responsible for buying a gift for Paul. And what were the commands? I can just do this.
Just nice. You just do this. Like the quick channel.
Go away. Okay, so this is the most common join. And then if you want to know the tasks that Pablo Kisby is responsible for, you just add the where parts and check the name and find all the tasks whose responsible person is Pablo Kisby. And then you have the left join. And in the left join, like you'll get everything that is in table 1, so the one on the left, and also in table 2, but it's not just in table 2. So if it's only in table 2, it doesn't show. It has to be either just in table 1 or in both. So what you get there is there's like 2 users that have no tasks assigned to them. So you get them still, like they show up because they're on table 1, but no tasks there. So like it needs to be on table 1 but doesn't need to be on table 2. Does this make sense? Like before, because it needed to be on both, you don't see Donald Duck and you don't see Adam Smith because they have no tasks assigned to them. So they're only on table 1 and you don't see that. You only see the intersection. And then on the right join you have the other situation where you get all the tasks even if they don't have a user assigned to them, but you don't get users that do not have tasks. So like my new phone shows up, but yeah, no user is assigned to it. And also learn about NoSQL databases. Did this make any sense?
No.
Okay, and supposedly, another thing, like if you want to get only what is on table 1, but not on table 2, so you don't want the intersection, like till now it was like table 1 and intersection, but not on table 2 alone. But if you don't want intersection either, you just add where the task user ID is null. So that task has no user ID assigned to it, and you just get everything that is only on table 1. And then the same thing is for table 2. You just use the right join, and you add again the clause that the user ID should be null, and you get only things that are on the task table and not on the user table. Did this make any sense? The funny part is when I was trying this, and then if you put like the clause of like where the username is Pablo Kisby, I think I got always the same result, using join, left join, or right join, which makes sense actually, because you get is a subset of all, like the result of the join, just get a subset of that where Pablo Kisby is. So there's only a few cases where you will not get the same result. But yeah, we'll only be playing with inner join and always having the on condition. So yeah, does this make any sense? So then let's see. I want a query where I get the tasks and the status of the tasks, but I want to know the status name. I don't want to know the status ID or just the status ID. So you basically need to put together the task table and the status table. How would you make that?
Sorry, one question.
Thanks. So we have, let me show you where you are, maybe not, just to describe. You have the task table, right? And the task has a status ID field. And then we have the status table where we have a name field, which has like completed, not completed, blah blah. So now I want to know for each task what their status name is. So we can join those tables by the status ID on task and the ID on the status table. And yeah, that's all you need to do. How would you do that?
Can you repeat it again, please?
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Just because it's confused me.
Yeah, that's normal. So you have the task table.
Mm-hmm.
And the task table has a field, has a column that is status ID.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the status table.
Mm-hmm.
And on that status table you have the ID for the status and the name of the status.
Yeah.
And I want to know for all the tasks what their status is.
Mm-hmm.
And I want the name of the status. I want to know to see if it's completed or not completed. I don't want to see just 1, 2, 3.
Okay, select
Because yes, you make
name. What do you want, name and title? Or?
name and ID.
Name ID.
ID and name.
Name from what?
From the status.
No, name from user. And then we go to
Oh.
the app from the status.
Yeah.
That name.
You want
Can you
so
show
the
Status
ID and name are from ID and name. They are from status, and their status from. Oh yeah, I'm confused now. So you go for name and ID from the user, and the status from the status.
Do you have the GitHub page open?
Yeah.
Because with this ER diagram might be easy. So, well,
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
oh, okay, sorry, thanks. Okay, so you remember this diagram.
Yes.
So, okay, you have the status ID here, and then you have the ID on the status table here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want, okay, let's say I want the title for the task and the name for the status.
Okay, so select
Mark.
status.name, comma.
What was again the for control? Okay.
Comma task dot title from the task.
No, so status the first one.
From task? And now?
On status.
In our
On status task.
Oh,
Yeah, this. You just do like this. Fucks up.
yeah.
Yeah, inner join. Where? No, on. Status dot ID equal.
I'm just looking for the equal sign, don't worry.
Equal task dot status underscore ID. Yes.
Yeah?
And yeah.
Task inner join what?
You can tell me.
Status. Now,
join status. Yeah.
Is okay. So so now we know, for instance, Ashclodes is in progress, and Washtakar is in progress, and Walk the Dog is done. Did this query make sense for everyone?
It needs something from the beginning, ID or something. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense what is, because it's the task, how it is, the status for it. So each task, where is it now? But yeah, it makes sense for the tasks. But for each task, what doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. What's the status for it? When we get back to the three said user task status.
Yeah.
So if we are taking the task and status, here it's can explain because we joined each task with the status for it. So it does make sense what it goes for it as what we ordered here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of me typing, now I'm going to ask you to do a query and tell me what the result was. So tell me what are the titles of the tasks that what was his name? Okay, the name of the tasks that are assigned to Aubrey Pollack. And I want to see the username, so I want to see Aubrey Pollack, and then the tasks names that are assigned to him. I don't mind if you take like 15 minutes to do this. I just want you to do.
You can see the example query for the other stuff here. So
Yeah, it's
maybe you will
different tables, but
get inspired.
can you explain it?
so I want to see like the username and the task title for the tasks that Aubrey Pollack is responsible for. So basically I want to see like Aubrey Pollack maybe 5 times, I don't know, and all the task names that are assigned to him after.
Task name.
So yeah, task name,
All task name which is for Polak.
yes. So you need to add, basically you need to join the user table and the task table, and then you need a where clause to say username equals Aubrey Pollack.
Should we do it in our business?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And just call us when you're stuck.
Or done.
Or then, yes.
Is the building coming down?
I hope not.
Just want to see if it still has space on the disk for recording. Yeah, it does. Only 2 gigabytes used. Okay.
That's not bad. What's this?
You can try here if you want to see why you say table name. You can try and say the ID column. Just without the table name. Then it's going to show you the actual error that it comes with and why it comes with the error. So if you do,
Sorry.
I'm just going to do it here. If you do here, right?
Yeah.
So this error message is very telling.
Just hide it. I like them to show me IDs.
Yeah.
Can you show us the diagram on the table?
Yeah?
Yeah, yeah, it is. Can you see that? Oh yeah. What the fuck is happening here?
user?
I'll be Polar.
She has ID 5.
Then you can cheat.
No.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you seem to be stuck. Didn't help. Huh? Yeah, sure. I'll just read it. Try just doing select from last year's joint status and go from there.
So we have
It's not the correct solution. It's just
this one.
huh?
When you are
Sorry, say again.
when you are done, you have you look at table name first. When you are counting, she called you first. Means she called
Because
you.
the main
So, you want the user.
Yeah.
Have you got name and the right time?
There's something wrong.
There's no. It looks fine to me actually.
You will. Okay.
Let's review yours. It says you have a syntax error.
So we want to get the.
You have an error in your one of them is the semicolon is missing at here.
So we
Let's
just
start
ignore
there.
the status table.
Actually, if you do control enter, you can run that
So
line
instead of
without
jumping to the
problem.
side,
You still have an error. And I think is that it is also where
On user ID.
yes, so you
so this part here.
can
Can you find it?
user.
Or name. And user name.
Name is fine. So far.
So now
Okay, you have the light and you have the equal
unknown
sign.
table status.
You only have one of
Just
those.
take the
You never use
status
both.
name and but
What you mean?
why want
So
to
use the
user
equal
domain,
sign?
this one here.
Yeah, try running yours. Should work out.
Okay.
So, like, if you have the equal sign, you know, like, exactly the string you're looking for, which was the case. Naturally, if you have the light, you don't know the string very well, so you don't use the percent sign. In this case, you're using the light, but you have to use the equal sign. Because you know the name. Yep. Right? That's pretty cool.
User, the title of the task.
But if you're right now you're setting status, but you really want to get the user table.
The user table on user ID.
So yeah.
User dot table.
No, just use.
Yeah, I'm getting user table. Right, you want the user ID.
Then you join status.
Okay, I'm going the right direction.
Got something.
But if you look at that query, it's writing on with the on part.
Before they set the get the status. So that's why we get
Yeah, but you need to because you're saying what you want to do.
No, I'm trying to check
You have a syntax error.
Because you have on the user table, sorry, the task.
Can you show the diagram again?
Yeah?
That you want to join user ID task.
So, Here you're joining the task and the status panel, it's fine, perfect. And then you're like saying on task.user_id equals values. But like that's very limiting. You're already saying that you want the user ID to be 5, when in practice you have to go more general still, because so we use like task.user_id equals status. Oh, actually no. Equals. So it's not status, it's user. Sorry. So because okay, you want the name, the name of the user, and the title of the task. Right? So you don't care about it. Does that make sense? So I just want. No, I want the result that will look like this. User name. Task. So to get the username, I need to go to the table user. To get the task title, I need to go to the table task. So I'm joining these two, and I'm joining them by the code that's common, which is the user ID and the ID in the table. Does that make sense now? Or are you still on it?
It's very close. Almost. It says 35 rows returned. That's all the tasks for Polar. Actually, it's only tasks for every user, which is very confusing. Like something is wrong.
Still recording, actually.
Are live?
So, what to